A journey of hope at RHS.
A warning from Officer Thalls about recent break-ins at the mall.
And another look at what to do during tomorrow's great shakeout. All today on
On the Air.
Hi, I'm your host, Kyle Hanley.
And I'm your co-host, Jake Allen.
Yesterday, RHS was visited by speakers from Journey of Hope. RHS freshmen and sophomores had the opportunity to meet and listen to the speakers as they talked about their experiences with murder, the death penalty, and forgiveness, like Walt Everett, who had a family member murdered.
As Justin said, we're with the Journey of Hope, from violence to healing. We've all experienced tremendous violence in our lives, and we're talking about how we heal. I'm Walt Everett. I'm from Pennsylvania. I lived in Connecticut a number of years ago, and in 1987, my 24-year-old son Scott was shot and killed in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I waited until about 10 and a half months after Scott's death when I went into court for the sentencing of the man who had killed him. And then Mike, the offender, was asked if he had anything he wanted to say. His lawyer told him not to say anything, but he got up and he said, "I'm sorry I killed Scott Everett." I went home and thought about it and wondered how I could respond to that. 3.5 weeks after the sentencing of Mike was the anniversary of Scott's death. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, I had cleared my desk for the day, and I sat down and started to write. I said, "Dear Mike," and I spent a page and a half telling him of all of the anger and loneliness and everything else that I had had. Finally, I said, "Having said all of that, I want to thank you for what you said in court. And as hard as these words are to write, I forgive you." I read Mike's letter. Mike said, "When I got your letter, it was the first good night's sleep I've had since I got to prison." Both of our lives have been changed because of forgiveness. We can react to violence in a violent way, or we can take the way of peace and understanding. And the way of peace and understanding heals not only the other person, but ourselves.
If you spend time at the Richmond Square Mall, Officer Thalls warns, be careful what you leave in your car.
I've been asked to speak to you a little bit about some of the recent problems we've been having, really in the entire county, but more specifically some of the situations I've heard about over at the mall area where vehicles are being broken into. And I'm hearing more and more stories about saying, "Officer Thalls, someone broke into my vehicle. What are some of the things I should be doing or watching out for?" Well, some of the common sense approaches are, don't have anything in plain view that's of any value whatsoever, because people are looking for areas, and the mall is a perfect example, where you've got many vehicles in a small area that they can make more victims out of you, because very quickly they can go through and hit 25 to 30 vehicles, because those vehicles are very convenient by being in a row or just something that they're going to want to go hit it real quick and then leave. So if you've got anything showing that might be of interest to them to have any value at all, they're going to bust that window, take the property, and they're going to be out of there, more than likely be gone before the police get there. And that, I don't want to give you a false sense of security in thinking it's only the mall area, because now that that's been hit pretty hard now, they'll probably move on and they'll hit another part of the neighborhoods. And that might be cars parked along the street in front of your own residence. I'd advise you or suggest that anything that you might see that might be suspicious of an individual just going and looking in car windows, call RPD, call the police, and let them come out and check that out for you. And you might have the attitude you don't care, but you really will care if it happens to you or someone you know. And that's the time to get involved and try to get some of these things stopped. Also, the burglaries that are going on. People are just looking, I call them predators. They're just looking for easy prey to get that value to support something going on in their life that's not very positive. Thank you.
Tomorrow, RHS will participate in the Great Central Stakes Shakeout Earthquake Drill. Here's one last reminder of what to do depending on where you're at during an earthquake.
The rain should be letting up, but that also means colder temperatures. The cold will hold off for today while it also stays dry. We'll see a high only in the mid-60s, but the really cold weather is on the way behind some more rain that'll move through tomorrow. Tonight's lows will drop to around 40, and tomorrow the highs won't get out of the upper 50s. By tomorrow night and into Friday morning, we'll see lows into the 30s, so it's time to break out those heavy jackets.
The first GSA meeting today, and anyone interested in wrestling, make sure you get your forms in soon. Well, there's your show, RHS.
Have a good day.
No, you have a good day.
No, you have a good day.
No. Everybody have a good day, including you guys.
All right, everybody.